Hello everyone, this is CA Shubhi Agarwal and today I'll be teaching you business economics. I'll be starting with the first chapter which is given in the foundation module. Now, before starting, I would like to tell you that uh, economics was one of my favorite subjects at from the school time, and even in the graduation I used to love this subject. So that's why I'm taking up economics for teaching, so that maybe my knowledge can help you to grasp understanding of the subjects. So without wasting much of the time, let's start. Okay, so I have taken the material from the institute module. I have explained whatever has been given in the institute's module. So we'll start with the first chapter today. In this video I'll be covering the first chapter, which lays down the foundation and explains what is business economics is all about. Okay, so let's start. Okay, now nature and scope of business economics, this is the name of the first chapter. So, first is introduction. What is business all about? Now it talks about what is business all about. So, business is economic activity. There are various types of businesses like manufacturing, mining, construction, agriculture, poultry farming, food processing, banking, insurance, health, education, communication, and so on. Now, each of these businesses represents activities which are transforming this input into output. And when this input is converted into the output, it results in the creation of net value added. So the basic objective of any economic activity is the creation of the net value add. कुछ भी एक नई value हमारे product कुछ भी एक नई value अगर add हो रही है, then that is known as an economic activity. So the basic thing is conversion of these inputs into output. Now, by inputs we refer to men, material, machines, management, or economists classify it as land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, etc. And by output we refer to the goods and services. Now in goods also we have various kinds of goods like consumer goods, producer goods, capital goods, private goods, public goods, essential goods, etc. So the purpose of any economic activity such as production, consumption, distribution is to create surplus or profit. Now, some NPOs, that is non-profit organization, may not aim at profit but at social benefits. Now, in context of all economic enterprises, they have to take several decisions. कोई भी इकोनॉमिक एंटरप्राइज होगा, उनको कुछ ना कुछ डिसीजंस लेने होंगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, प्रोडक्शन यूनिट हैज़ टू डिसाइड व्हाट टू प्रोड्यूस क्या करें, व्हेन टू प्रोड्यूस, फॉर whom to produce, why to produce. In the same way, finance enterprises has to decide when to raise the funds, where to direct the uses of these funds, etc. So economics is a discipline, is helpful in analyzing the rationality and optimality of a given choice. So the main objective of economics is analyzing the rationality and optimality of the given choice. Okay, so this was all about what is business all about. Now, next topic further deals with what is economics about. So a business, the term economics has its origin into the Greek word oikonomia, which means household. So till 19th century, economics was known as political economy. The book Name an Inquiry into the Nations and Causes of the Wealth of Nations, 1776, usually abbreviated as Wealth of Nations, by Adam Smith, is considered as the first modern work of economics. So before we start into what is business economics all about, we need to understand what is economics all about. So let's start. Okay, now in the module they have given a situation. Suppose it's your birthday and your mother gives you 1,000 rupees as a gift. Now, what do you do with that 1,000 rupees? You have four options. Either you can give a party to your friend and spend the whole money. Second option, you can buy a dress for 1,000 rupees. Third option, you can go for a movie and eat at a restaurant of your choice. And fourth option, you can buy yourself a book and save the rest of the money. Now, you have many options before you. Given a choice, you would like to spend not only on your friends but also would like to go for a movie, eat in a restaurant, buy a dress, book, and save some money. However, you cannot have all of them at the same time. Why? Because you only have 1,000 with you. Have had your mother given you 2,000, you might have satisfied more of your desires. But she has not. Now you find yourself in a dilemma as to which of the options to choose. So you have to go for one option that gives you the greatest satisfaction. So since we cannot have everything and the resources we have are limited, we are forced to make the choices. So this is the basic what economics is all about. So the two fundamental facts about is that ह्यूमन बींग्स हैव अनलिमिटेड वांट्स. ह्यूमन बींग्स की वांट्स अनलिमिटेड होती हैं, उनकी इच्छाएं अनगिनत होती हैं और वो कभी ख़त्म नहीं होती है. दे आर अनलिमिटेड. एंड सेकेंड फंडामेंटल फैक्ट इज द मीन्स टू सेटिस्फाई दीज अनलिमिटेड वांट्स आर रिलेटिवली स्कार्स फ्रॉम द सब्जेक्ट मैटर ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स. जो उनको पूरा करने की इच्छाओं को पूरा करने के लिए जो हमारे पास जो मीन्स है, जो रिसोर्सेज हैं, दे आर रिलेटिवली स्कार्स. तो दिस इज़ द सब्जेक्ट मैटर जो इकोनॉमिक्स डील करता है. दिस इज़ द मेन सब्जेक्ट मैटर. नाउ economics is the study of the process in which relatively scarce resources are allocated to satisfy the unlimited wants of the human beings. However, of course, the available resources will be efficiently used when they are allocated to the highest valued uses. Now, economics is therefore the study of how we work together to transform the scarce resources into goods and services to satisfy the most pressing or the most desired of our infinite wants, and we distribute these goods and services among ourselves. Now, the definition of economics with it is having a narrow focus on relatively using scarce resources to satisfy human wants is the domain of the modern neoclassical microeconomic analysis. Now, microeconomic neoclassical model ये जो है एक नैरो अप्रोच है जिसमें ये सिर्फ दो चीज़ों के बारे में बात करता है. जिसमें ये बोलता है कि the means to satisfy these are relatively scarce. On the other hand, excuse me. On the other hand, we find that the productive capacity of modern economies has grown tremendously. Population and labor forces have increased. New sources of raw materials have been discovered. New and better plant equipment have been made available on farms, factories. Not only this, the quantity of available productive resources have increased, the quality has improved, education has improved, labor force has gained the skills, and new kinds of natural resources are being generated. All on the other hand, we know that the resulting growth in production and income has not been smooth. अब ये तो ग्रीनर साइड हो गया कि ये इम्प्रूवमेंट हुए हैं, लेकिन कभी कभी आउटपुट्स हैव failed to grow. For example, at the time of global financial crisis 2007, corona pandemic, during such periods, factories, workers and productive resources have remained idle. So economics therefore concerns itself not just with the crucial concern of how a nation allocates its scarce productive resources to the various uses. It also deals with the processes by which the productive capacity of these resources is increased, and with the factors which in the past have led to the sharp fluctuations in the rate of utilization of the resources. In day-to-day events, we come across several economic issues like changes in the price of individual commodities, general price level, economic prosperity, standards of living. So, the study of economics will enable, जो स्टडी है इकोनॉमिक्स की ये हमें इतना सक्षम बनाएगी, इट विल डेवलप एन एनालिटिकल अप्रोच दैट विल हेल्प इन अंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड एनालाइजिंग अ वाइड रेंज ऑफ इकोनॉमिक इश्यूज. So economics provide us with a number of models and frameworks that can be applied in different situations. The tools of economics assist in choosing the best course of action from among the different alternative courses of actions available to the decision maker. However, it is necessary to remember that most economic problems are of complex nature and affected by several forces, some of which are rooted in economics and others in political setup, social norms, etc. The study of economics cannot ensure that all the problems will be appropriately tackled, but without doubt it will enable a student to examine a problem in the right perspective and would help him in discovering the suitable measures to deal with the same. Now they have given a chart to explain it in the module, so I made it for you. Economics, economic problems, ends, means. So means is limited. There are alternative uses of the means, and there is a scarcity of resources, so which will lead to the graded priorities, and the ends, unlimited number, so this will lead to the end. So there are two things: ends, means is scarce, alternative uses, and ends are unlimited bonds. Okay. Now let's come to the main topic, that is business economics. अब हम business economics पढ़ रहे हैं, तो business economics basically integrates economic theory with the business practice. अब एक एग्जाम्पल दिया हुआ मॉड्यूल में, वो मैं आपको बताती हूँ. मॉड्यूल में है मिस्टर जी रामामूर्ति, द CEO ऑफ द वर्ल्ड वाइड फूड लिमिटेड, on completion of his presentation, turned to the board of directors and raised the question, "Well, ladies and gentlemen, what do you say? Shall we go into soft drink business?" "Give us some time, sir," remarked Swaminathan. "You are asking us to approve a major decision which will have a long-term impact on the direction of the company." So, to this Ramamurthy answered, "I understand your concern for the company, but now the time has come for us to expand our business. Soft drink market is growing fast and it is closely related to our core business, food." To this, one of the board member remarked, but competition from White Soft Drinks Limited and Black Nectar is tough. They are already into the business for years. To this, Ramamurthy replied, "That is right, but we must not forget that statistics show that there is still room for growth in this market. Also, food business is near maturity." So one of the board members, Ashok Agarwal, remarked, "Don't forget that even Swati Foods tried entering the soft drink market and failed miserably. Moreover, the projections you are showing are based on last 10 years data, what is the guarantee that the trend will continue? Also, we should not forget Indians have become health conscious, and who knows tomorrow what will people prefer." So to this, Ramamurthy replied, "Well, friends, all your concerns are logical, and believe me, I have given much thought to these ifs and buts. My people have spent many days analyzing all available data to arrive at a judgment. Our analysis indicate a strong possibility of earning above average return on investment in the market, a return that will be more than what we are earning in food industry. We are already working on the details of production, cost, pricing, distribution, financing, etc. I fear if we wait for long, we will be missing an opportunity that may not come again for long. Let's go ahead and make most of it," remarked Ramamurthy. What do you notice in the hypothetical example given, which I gave just now? The management of the company is facing the problem of decision making. So, as we are aware, the survival and success of the business depends upon sound decisions. Decision making refers to the process of selecting an appropriate alternative that will provide the most efficient means of attaining a desired end. फ्रॉम टू और मोर ऑल्टरनेटिव एक्शन. बहुत सारे ऑल्टरनेटिव्स हैं, उसमें से जो मोस्ट सूटेबल ऑल्टरनेटिव होगा वो प्रोसेस, उस प्रोसेस को सेलेक्ट करने का जो प्रोसेस होता है दैट इज नोन एज डिसीजन मेकिंग. The question arises because the resources such as land, labor, capital, management are limited. ये resources limited हैं. Efficient alternatives must be chosen and less efficient alternatives must be rejected. Now, the management of the business unit generally needs to make strategic, tactical, operational decisions. Now, उसको क्या क्या decisions लेने पड़ते हैं, जैसे कि should a firm be in this business, should the firm launch the product in the highly competitive environment, if the firm decides on launching the product, which available technique of production should it use, from where should the firm procure the necessary inputs, should the firm make the components or buy them from other firms, how much should be the optimum output and at what price should the firm sell, what will be the product, how will the product be placed in the market, which marketing strategy will be adopted, how to combat the risk and uncertainties. Now, decision making on the above, which I have discussed, is not simple and straightforward. It is highly complex and dynamic. And the problem is aggravated because these decisions are taken under the uncertainty and imperfect knowledge. So, therefore, decision making requires the management be equipped with proper methodology and appropriate analytical tools and techniques. Business economics meets these needs of the management by providing a huge corpus of theory and techniques. Okay, now business economics is also referred to as managerial economics. It is generally refers to the integration of economic theory with the business practice. While theories of economics provide tools such as demand, supplies, cost, price, competition, business economics applies these tools in the in the process of business decision making. Thus, business economics comprises of that part of economic knowledge, theory, and analytical tools that are used for rational decision making. In brief, it is applied economics that fills the gap between the economic theory and the business practice. Business economics has close connection with economic theory, operational research, statistics, mathematics, theory of decision making. A professional business economist has to integrate the concept and methods from all these disciplines. I'm so sorry. In order to understand and analyze the practical managerial problems. Business economics is not only valuable to the business decision makers but also useful for managers of non-profit organizations. Now, definitions of business economics. So one of the definition I have taken from the module. It says business economics may be defined as the use of economic analysis to make business decisions involving the best use of organization scarce resources. It is also known as managerial economics. Now, nature of business economics. Now, subject matter of economics is basically divided into the two main parts. One is microeconomics and other is macroeconomics. So, microeconomics is basically the study of behavior of different individuals and organizations within the economic system. As the name suggests, it is micro in nature, छोटा, that is micro. तो उसमें स्टडी करते हैं हम इंडिविजुअल्स एंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस की विद इन एन इकोनॉमिक सिस्टम. In other words, microeconomics examines how the individual units make decisions on how to efficiently allocate their scarce resources. Here the focus is on small number of or a group of units rather than all the units combined, and therefore it does not explain what is happening in the wider economic environment. तो ये wider economic environment को नहीं consider करता है, ये एक छोटा that is small number of group को consider करता है, एक closed में इंडिविजुअल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से डील करता है. इसमें किस टाइप की स्टडी आ जाती है, कौन कौन से टॉपिक्स, जैसे कि प्रोडक्ट का प्राइसिंग हो गया, कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर, फैक्टर प्राइसिंग, इकोनॉमिक कंडीशंस ऑफ अ सेक्शन ऑफ पीपल, बिहेवियर ऑफ द फर्म्स, लोकेशन ऑफ इंडस्ट्री. तो आप देख रहे हो ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और इंडिविजुअल से रिलेटेड है, छोटे लेवल पे रिलेटेड है. अब आते हैं मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स पे. So, macroeconomics is basically, as the name suggests, इट इज़ मैक्रो मतलब बड़ा लेवल पे. तो it is a study of overall economic phenomena or the economy as a whole rather than individual parts. Accordingly, in macroeconomics, we study the behavior of large economic aggregates such as overall level of output, employment, consumption, total saving, total investments, exports, imports, foreign investment, and how these aggregates shift over time. It analyzes the overall economic environment in which the firms, governments, household operate and make the decision. However, it should be kept in mind that economic environment represents overall effect of innumerable decisions made by millions of consumers and producers. सो बेसिकली ये किन चीज़ों से डील करता है, बड़े लेवल पे, इकोनॉमी लेवल पे डील करता है मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स. और इसमें किस टाइप के एरियाज़ आ जाते हैं, जैसे कि नेशनल इनकम एंड नेशनल आउटपुट, जीडीपी वगैरह जो आप पढ़ते हो, द जनरल प्राइस लेवल एंड इंटरेस्ट रेट्स, बैलेंस ऑफ ट्रेड एंड बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट, एक्सटर्नल वैल्यू ऑफ करेंसी, ओवरऑल लेवल ऑफ सेविंग्स एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट, लेवल ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट एंड रेट ऑफ ग्रोथ. अगर आपने 11th-12th में अपने कॉमर्स लिया हो तो आप इकोनॉमिक्स पढ़ते हो, उसमें तो आप बेसिकली आपको बेसिक आइडिया होगा कि ये किस चीज़ के बारे में है. नाउ अब हम देखते हैं नेचर ऑफ बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स. बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स का नेचर क्या है. फॉलोइंग पॉइंट्स आर डिस्क्राइबिंग द नेचर. सो बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स इज अ साइंस. बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स एक साइंस है. साइंस क्या होता है. साइंस इज अ सिस्टमेटाइज्ड बॉडी ऑफ नॉलेज which establishes the cause and effect relationship. Business economics integrates the tools of decision sciences such as mathematics, statistics, econometrics, and economic theory to arrive at an appropriate strategy for achieving the goals of business enterprise. It follows scientific methods and empirically tests the validity of the results. So, this is how it is defined as a science. Now, based on microeconomics. I'm so sorry. Microeconomics is based largely on business economics is based largely on microeconomics. A business manager is usually concerned about achievements of predetermined objectives of the organization so as to ensure the long-term survival and profitability of the organization. Business economics is concerned more with problems of individuals. It relies heavily on the techniques of microeconomics. Now, third point is incorporates elements of macro analysis. A business unit does not operate in a vacuum. वैक्यूम में तो ऑपरेट करता नहीं है बिजनेस. वो इफेक्ट होता है किससे, एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट से, जनरल प्राइस लेवल से, इनकम्स लेवल से, एम्प्लॉयमेंट्स लेवल से, टैक्सेशन से, इंटरेस्ट से, एक्सचेंज रेट से, इंडस्ट्रीज से, और भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं. All these are the components of macroeconomics. A business manager must be acquainted with these as it will affect its decision. So this is how it incorporates the elements of macroeconomics. Now business economics is also an art. Now it involves practical applications of the rules and principles. Hence it's an art. अपने तरीके से उसको लगाना है, apply करना है. So it's an art. Use of theory of market and private enterprise. Business economics largely uses theory of markets and private enterprise. It uses theory of firm and resource allocation in the backdrop of private enterprise economy. तो ये हो गया theory of markets and private enterprise. Now, pragmatic in approach. Microeconomics is abstract and purely theoretical and analyzes economic phenomena under unrealistic assumptions. अगर आप देखोगे तो जो इकोनॉमिक्स होती है उसमें जो अलग अलग हमारे होते हैं थ्योरीज होती हैं और चीज़ें होती हैं, दे आर बेस्ड ऑन सर्टेन अजम्पशंस एंड दीज अजम्पशंस आर अनरियलिस्टिक इन नेचर. इन कंट्रास्ट जो बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स होती है दैट इज़ प्रैग्मेटिक इन अप्रोच एंड इट टैकल्स द प्रैक्टिकल प्रॉब्लम विच द फर्म फेसेस इन द रियल वर्ल्ड. देन इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी इन नेचर. नाउ बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स इज इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी इन नेचर. बहुत सारे डिसिप्लिन्स उसमें इंक्लूडेड हो जाते हैं, जैसे मैथमेटिक्स हो गया, ऑपरेशन रिसर्च हो गया, मैनेजमेंट थ्योरी, अकाउंटिंग, मार्केटिंग, फाइनेंस, स्टेटिस्टिक्स, इकोनोमेट्रिक्स. सो दिस इज ऑल इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी इन नेचर. नॉर्मेटिव इन नेचर. अगला है नॉर्मेटिव इन नेचर. नाउ इकोनॉमिक थ्योरी हैज़ डेवलप्ड अलॉन्ग विथ 2 lines. First is positive, Second is normative. A positive or pure science analyzes cause and effect relationship between variables in an objective and scientific manner, but it does not involve any value judgment. जो है जैसा है ऑब्जेक्टिव तरीके से उसको डिफाइन कर देगा, बता देगा. इन अदर वर्ड्स इट स्टेट्स व्हाट इज of the state of affairs and not what ought to be the state of affairs. In other words, it is descriptive in nature and it describes the economic behavior of individuals or society without prescriptions about the desirability or otherwise of such behavior. वो ये बताता है that what is and वो ये नहीं बताता है that what ought to be. So it is prescriptive in nature and suggests what it should be. So जो business economics है that is prescriptive in nature and suggests what should be in a particular course of action under the given circumstances. So welfare conditions are embedded in normative science. Business economics is generally normative or prescriptive in nature. It suggests the application of economic principles with regard to policy formulation, decision making, future planning. However, if the firms are to establish valid decision rules, they must thoroughly understand their environment. This requires the study of positive and descriptive economic theories. So business economics combines the essentials of normative and positive theory that emphasizes being more on the former than the latter. Normative ज़्यादा है, positive कम है. नाउ अगला आ जाते हैं स्कोप ऑफ बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स. नाउ द स्कोप ऑफ बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स इज क्वाइट वाइड. It covers most of the practical problems a manager and a firm faces. There are two categories of business issues to which economic theories can be applied. Two categories होती हैं. पहला होता है internal issues, अंदर का issues, operational issues, जो कि माइक्रो लेवल पे डील हो जाता है. अगला होता है एक्सटर्नल इश्यूज़ और इन्वायरमेंटल इश्यूज़ जो कि मैक्रो लेवल पे डील होता है. तो हम देखते हैं. Microeconomics applied to internal or operational issues include all those that arise within the organization and fall within the purview of control of the management. These issues are internal in nature. Issues related to choice of business and size, product decisions, technology, factor combinations, pricing, sales, finance, management of investments, all these are related to operational issues. तो इसमें कौन कौन से थ्योरीज से डील करते हैं? मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक थ्योरी किस किस चीज़ से डील करती, कौन कौन से इश्यूज होते हैं? डिमांड एनालिसिस एंड फोरकास्टिंग. डिमांड एनालिसिस एंड फोरकास्टिंग में क्या आता है? डिमांड एनालिसिस pertains to the behavior of consumers in the market. It studies the consumer preferences and the effect of the changes in the determination of demand, such as price of the commodity, consumer income, prices of the related commodities, consumer taste and preferences. डिमांड क्या होगी, कैसे डिमांड आएगी, वो सब डिमांड एनालिसिस एंड फोरकास्टिंग से आता है. फिर आ जाता है प्रोडक्शन एंड कॉस्ट एनालिसिस. प्रोडक्शन थ्योरी क्या एक्सप्लेन करती है? रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन इनपुट एंड आउटपुट. इकोनॉमिक्स को डिसाइड करना पड़ता है व्हाट विल बी द ऑप्टिमम साइज ऑफ आउटपुट, कितना आउटपुट प्रोड्यूस करना है, और क्या चॉइस होगा टेक्नोलॉजी का, क्या कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव इनपुट मिक्स हमें यूज़ करना है. दैट कम्स अंडर प्रोडक्शन एंड कॉस्ट मैनेजमेंट. Then comes inventory management. Inventory management pertains to the rules that the firms can use to minimize the cost associated with maintaining inventory. अब इन्वेंट्री है, इन्वेंट्री को मेंटेन करने का कॉस्ट भी रहेगा, तो हम कैसा क्या करें कि जो हमारी इन्वेंट्री है मिनिमम हो जाए. ठीक है. इन्वेंट्री मैनेजमेंट, जैसे अब इन्वेंट्री मैनेजमेंट आप आगे डिटेल में पढ़ोगे. इन्वेंट्री मैनेजमेंट ज़्यादा इन्वेंट्री नहीं रख सकते क्योंकि हमारा कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगा, उसको हैंडलिंग का सब कुछ का उसको देखभाल करनी पड़ेगी, सब कुछ करना पड़ेगा, हमारा वर्किंग कैपिटल ब्लॉक होगा. और उसको कम भी नहीं रख सकते. अगर कोई डिमांड आ गई तो हम उसको मीट कैसे करेंगे? सो इट हैज़ टू डू विथ मैनेजमेंट ऑफ दैट इन्वेंट्री. मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर एंड प्राइसिंग पॉलिसी. Analysis of the structure of the market provides information about the nature and extent of competition which the firms have to face. The degree of market power, कितनी पावर है मार्केट में, मोनोपली है क्या, प्राइसिंग थ्योरी डिटरमाइन करते हैं, और सब ये सब मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर में आ जाता है. रिसोर्स एलोकेशन में एडवांस टूल्स होते हैं जैसे लीनियर प्रोग्रामिंग एनेबल्स द फर्म टू अराइव द बेस्ट कोर्स. अगर आपने मैथ्स ली हो 11th 12th में तो उसमें एक चैप्टर था लीनियर प्रोग्रामिंग. उसमें हम XY करके बताते थे कि ये रिसोर्स इतना यूज़ होना चाहिए, ये रिसोर्स इतना यूज़, दैट विल बी द ऑप्टिमल. तो ऐसी टेक्निक्स होती हैं दैट हेल्प्स अस इन फाइंडिंग आउट द रिसोर्स एलोकेशन. देन टाइप ऑफ कैपिटल एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट डिसीजन. अब फर्म को इवैल्यूएट करना रहेगा इसका इन्वेस्टमेंट डिसीजंस, कैपिटल एलोकेशन डिसीजंस. इन्वेस्टमेंट डिसीजंस कहाँ पे कौन से प्रोजेक्ट में इन्वेस्ट करें, इन्वेस्टमेंट डिसीजंस, कैपिटल डिसीजंस, डेट लें, इक्विटी लें, ये सब. देन कम्स द प्रॉफिट एनालिसिस. Profit theory guides the market in measuring and management of profits in the conditions of uncertainty. Risk and uncertainty analysis. Business firms generally operate under condition of risk and uncertainty. Analysis of the risk and uncertainties help the business firms in arriving at the efficient decisions. Now comes the macroeconomics applied to external or environment. अब मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स में इश्यूज आ जाते हैं जैसे कि टाइप ऑफ इकोनॉमिक सिस्टम, किस टाइप का इकोनॉमिक सिस्टम है, स्टेज ऑफ बिजनेस साइकिल, कौन सा स्टेज है, बिगनिंग वाला है, इनिशियल है, ग्रोथ है, स्टैगनेंट वाला है, बिजनेस साइकिल पूरा आप आगे देखोगे कि क्या होता है लेवल्स पे, या मे बी इसी लेवल पे देखो. जनरल ट्रेंड्स क्या हैं नेशनल इनकम में, एम्प्लॉयमेंट में, प्राइस में, सेविंग्स में, government economic policies, industrial policy, competition policy, working of central bank, capital market regulations, social economic organizations such as trade unions, producer and consumer unions, cooperative, social and political environment. So these were the factors. Now the last topic for this chapter is difference between economics and business economics. अब इकोनॉमिक्स और बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स में अंतर क्या है, दोनों में कुछ तो डिफरेंस होगा ना. इकोनॉमिक्स हमने पढ़ी हुई है 11-12 तक, जिसने नहीं पढ़ी तो उसके लिए भी इकोनॉमिक्स और बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स में हम डिफरेंस देखेंगे. ये भी टेबल फॉर्म में दिया हुआ है मॉड्यूल में, बहुत प्रॉपर्ली दिया हुआ है, आप उससे देख सकते हो थ्योरी के लिए अगर आपको चाहिए तो. मैं इसको एक्सप्लेन कर देती हूँ. पहला है मीनिंग. इकोनॉमिक्स, इट इन्वॉल्व्स द फ्रेमिंग ऑफ इकोनॉमिक प्रिंसिपल्स टू सॉल्व द इकोनॉमिक प्रॉब्लम्स. बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स, इट इन्वॉल्व्स द एप्लीकेशन ऑफ इकोनॉमिक प्रिंसिपल्स टू सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम. तो ये होता है फ्रेम करता है इकोनॉमिक प्रिंसिपल्स जो इकोनॉमिक्स होता है, और बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स उसको अप्लाई करता है. दूसरा कैरेक्टर, जो इकोनॉमिक्स का कैरेक्टर है वो बेसिकली माइक्रो और मैक्रो दोनों है, लेकिन जो बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स का कैरेक्टर है वो बेसिकली माइक्रो कैरेक्टर है. तीसरा मेन टास्क. मेन टास्क क्या है इकोनॉमिक्स का? फुलफिलमेंट ऑफ द नीड्स ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स एज वेल एज द एंटिटीज़. ये है मेन टास्क इकोनॉमिक्स का. बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स का क्या टास्क है मेन? प्रॉपर डिसीजन मेकिंग इन अ पर्टिकुलर बिजनेस एंटिटी. फिर आ जाते हैं नेचर पे. जो नेचर है इकोनॉमिक्स का वो पॉजिटिव और नॉर्मेटिव दोनों है, ये हमने ऊपर भी एक्सप्लेन किया था. लेकिन जो बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स का नेचर है वो ओनली नॉर्मेटिव इन नेचर है. देन कम्स दी स्कोप. जो इकोनॉमिक्स का स्कोप है वो वाइड है, और जो बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स का स्कोप है वो कंपेरेटिवली नैरो है. ब्रांचेस, इट हैज़, जो इकोनॉमिक्स है उसकी बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स एक अप्लाइड ब्रांच है, और बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स एक अप्लाइड ब्रांच है इकोनॉमिक्स की. फिर कंसर्न्ड विद, जो इकोनॉमिक्स है वो सारी थ्योरीज से कंसर्न्ड है, फ्रॉम प्रोडक्शन टू कंजम्पशन टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. लेकिन जो बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स है दैट इज़ कंसर्न्ड ओनली विद द प्रॉफिट थ्योरी, इग्नोरिंग द अदर थ्योरीज. एनालिसिस, जो इकोनॉमिक्स है उसमें एनालिसिस होता है मैक्रो लेवल इश्यूज लाइक ग्रोथ, इन्फ्लेशन, एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सेट्रा. लेकिन जो बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स है उसमें माइक्रो लेवल इश्यूज होते हैं जैसे डिमांड, सप्लाई, प्रॉफिट. कॉन्सेंट्रेशन, जो इकोनॉमिक्स है वो कॉन्सेंट्रेट करता है ओनली ऑन द इकोनॉमिक एस्पेक्ट ऑफ द बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम. लेकिन जो बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स है वो बोथ इकोनॉमिक एज वेल एज नॉन इकोनॉमिक एस्पेक्ट ऑफ द बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम पे फोकस करता है. Now validity of assumptions. Economics में the theories are based on certain assumptions, and जो business economics है some assumptions may become invalid when they are applied. So this was all about our first chapter, which was business economics, chapter 1, nature and scope of business economics. This was the brief idea about कि economics क्या होती है, business economics क्या होती है, दोनों में difference क्या होता है, माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स, मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स, ये सब का इसमें था. तो अब जो नेक्स्ट चैप्टर है मे बी आई टेक इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो. आई होप आपको इस वीडियो से कुछ हेल्प मिला होगा, कुछ अंडरस्टैंडिंग डेवलप हुआ होगा। कोई भी डाउट हो किसी भी चीज़ से रिलेटेड तो आप कमेंट में मेंशन कर सकते हो। अगर कोई चीज़ नहीं समझ में आ रही हो या कुछ भी आपको कुछ पूछना हो, यू कैन मेंशन इन द कमेंट्स। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग।